Is Captain America really going to be fighting in khakis? And did a recent leak just spoil why Tom Holland would not be in Avengers Doomsday? Stay tuned on this episode of CG's Got Take.
CJ's Got Takes. Whether it's breaking down brand new K-pop releases, calling out weird Reddit opinions, or debating if Spider-Man just dropped the greatest movie of all time, Christian Borda brings the commentary, the laughs, and the real talk. Turn it up. This is CJ's Got Takes.
Hello. Welcome to CG's Got Takes, your one-stop shop for K-pop and your pop culture fix. I'm Christian, or you can call me CJ, whatever you like, really. I'm very excited to be doing this podcast. I'm very excited for you to be here and here to listen to me. So I just want to say thank you so much for listening and being here for the first episode. I put this as a supplementary episode, or I would say maybe a bonus episode to the K-pop unpopular reactions video, where I'm just kind of just reacting to really weird K-pop opinions on Reddit. And yeah, people they go crazy. They go crazy. So yeah, I would say I kind of call this like a little short little, bonus episode, because as you see in this podcast, I'm going to be talking about a lot of K-pop stuff because I'm very into K-pop. I love K-pop. I think it's such a fun topic to be talking about, whether it's the good stuff or the really bad stuff. I think it's so interesting. It's so fun. It's so interesting, and I'm very excited to be talking a lot about it. And of course, if you know me, I'm a very big comic book movie guy, pop culture guy. So I'm very excited to also be talking about that as well, kind of split that between the two. I didn't really want to niche myself down because I think I don't want to kind of just stay to one. I know a lot of people talk about, oh, you should niche down and everything, but I was very on the fence, and I was like, why can't I just do both? I would love to just do both and just see where that goes. So yeah, so I'm just very happy to be doing this show. Yeah, this is gonna be an audio only episode. So maybe in the future I can do more audio only episodes and just me talking about what's going on either in K-pop or maybe like Marvel or DC stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to say this show will be on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. So yeah, wherever you get your podcasts, you can listen to me all day. I'm very excited. Thank you guys again. Thank you again for really just like tuning in. So I'm very grateful and everything, and I have a bunch of fun episodes in store for you. And so let's get to the movie stuff. Yeah. Since I already talked about K-pop stuff in my video episode, I was thinking like, what if I just make an audio only episode of me talking about some Marvel or DC stuff. But in this case, as you see in the title, we're going to be talking about Avengers Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday is coming up. It's close. It's almost Doomsday, where it's 6 months away. We are 6 months away ish. So I'm very excited for that. And of course, when these Marvel movies or any big comic book movies are coming up, we hear about the leaks. And for this being probably one of the most anticipated Marvel movies in a long while, there's a lot of anticipation. So I'm very excited, and a lot of people are excited as well. And so with the anticipation, they come with leaks, and these leaks are insane. I know Joe and Anthony Russo, the directors, they talk about, oh, this could be the biggest, like one of the most ambitious projects. And of course, they also said that with Secret Wars, which is also coming up after as well. But with the current leaks happening, I really want to just be talking about it, and I want to look at it right now. So yeah, recently there was a leak that came out, and it's kind of true when it's just when all of it is just getting taken down. That's pretty much how you say it. That's pretty much a precaution to it being probably legit. So if I can explain the leak, also spoilers for like possible spoilers for Avengers Doomsday. So if you want to go in with a clean slate, you don't want to know what's happening, I go, maybe go watch The Good Place. I love The Good Place. I don't know why I mentioned The Good Place. That's a good show too. Go watch The Good Place. But yeah, let's talk about Doomsday leaks in 3, 2, 1. So we kind of got to look into what Doom's armor is looking like. It's very medieval. I don't know how I can say that, but it's very medieval. I really like the design. I know there's a lot of people talking about it being like weird. It's not. It looks kind of yeah. Just people talking about how it looks weird, but I really like it. I don't know. It's different. It's different, but it still sticks to the comic book feel of it, and I still like it either way. But the extent of him having that mask is questionable because if you don't know, he Robert Downey Jr. is back, but he's playing Doctor Doom, so that's why it's kind of questionable of whether or not he's going to be having that mask for most of the movie, or is it just there for maybe like a quarter of the movie, and he's mostly just like with him without the mask. And so yeah, it kind of just shows the leak shows him, Doctor Doom, kind of like arising like the Sentinels, which is like one of the scariest like X-Men villains of all time. With like they're just pure like units, so they're just rising up. Doctor Doom's kind of casting them with his magic and stuff. And the biggest thing is they're kind of replicating like the big like Avengers like circle, in the first Avengers movie where they all go in a circle and like they have the like that. I hope I don't get copyrighted for that. But yeah, they do the whole circle. But in this case, it's with the X-Men, one of the Fantastic Four, which is Reed Richards, Pedro Pascal, and then some of the new Avengers. Supposedly, we're getting if I can look at it again, we are get it shows, of course, Nightcrawler, Shang-Chi. Let me look at a little bit more. Shang-Chi, Captain America, Sam Wilson, Isaiah Pedro Pascal, Thor, of course, Mystique, and I don't know. I can't really decide. I can't tell. I don't know if it's a Cyclops, but Cyclops as well. But they kind of do like in the circle and everything, and it's insane. It's giving me like goosebumps just like looking at it because it's crazy because I know there's always been talks back in the day of the X-Men coming into the Marvel universe, and now that they have Fox, they can do it now. And of course, with other leaks with Spider-Man, it's looking like they're trying to also incorporate the X-Men in a sort of way, which I will be talking about later on as well. So yeah, they're kind of going a circle, and it's like just replicating the Avengers like rotating shot. And it's insane. I'm very excited. It's cool. You could tell like Joe and Anthony Russo, like they know what the fans want, and just seeing them do that shot, but with the X-Men as well, and then around just the Sentinels, it's amazing. And I know there's the biggest discourse with Chris Hemsworth, not Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Captain America. He's not really he. It's confirmed he's been back in this film for a long while, but of course Sam Wilson, he's Captain America. So in this, supposedly, he's kind of just in. He's just gonna be. It's rumored he's gonna be rocking with Mjolnir, which is Thor's hammer, and then he's kind of just wearing like a black shirt and like khakis. And I know there's a big discourse like, why can't you just suit him up and everything? But I'm kind of indifferent about it because yeah, it does kind of feel goofy. Like everyone's all suited up and everything, and then you see Chris Evans, Captain America, kind of just like with the regular t-shirt and pants. It's kind of weird. But I know they wanted to do that because they didn't want to take away from Sam Wilson's Captain America, which I love Sam Wilson's Captain America. I could tell they definitely wanted to do that just so they won't take away from Sam Wilson Captain America because they want you to know that he is Captain America now. It's not Chris Evans and it's not Steve Rogers anymore. It's Sam Wilson. So I think that's why they kind of put him in like the khakis and shirt. But I don't know. I feel like they could have been a little exaggerated because it's a comic book movie, Let's be a little exaggerated with with the costumes, And I know it's supposedly he's gonna play like this is like a version of Nomad, but it's kind of like what we got in Infinity War, but this time he's actually like Nomad, where he's like just a dude, but he has the he have you seen he has like the long beard and then the long hair again from Infinity War. So yeah, yeah, that's just one of the things I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I know there's a big discourse about that, but I'm kind of indifferent. Yeah, I do wish they kind of just suited him up a little bit, but you can't complain. Chris Evans is back. Steve Rogers, you just can't complain about that. And I know a lot of rumors has been happening between also like Deadpool and Wolverine possibly being in the movie with returns of Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman playing. So that's and also Captain Marvel Brie Larson also being rumored. But of course, those articles are talking about how little screen time she gets. So maybe this is kind of like how Endgame is, where she's like just kind of just there. So yeah, these things are exciting. I'm very excited. It just kind of makes me more excited for this first trailer and everything. And you can tell like when Joe and Anthony Russo met, this could be the most ambitious project. It's looking like the most ambitious project, and it doesn't look like an Avengers versus X-Men type of thing, which I thought they were gonna try to do because of course of from all the leaks I've been hearing, it's like some of the early leaks. They're kind of sounding like it's kind of like Avengers versus X-Men in a way. So I was like, "Oh, like I don't want like if you're gonna do Avengers versus X-Men, just do Avengers versus X-Men because that's such a fun comic." But it's seeming like it's kind of just getting inspired by it just a little bit. And so also rumors, since we do not have Tom Holland being in Doomsday, is rumored we're still gonna be getting a Spider-Man. So that Spider-Man is rumored to be Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire is rumored to be shown and it's rumored to be in Doomsday, but in the most craziest, like most craziest intro like to a movie you can ever do ever. So the rumor is that it's gonna open up with his world being destroyed, and then he's trying to save people. Supposedly Alfred Molina's coming back as Dr. Octavius and just also helping Peter save everyone. And with him being saved in No Way Home, it kind of caused the incursion, which is when two planets are kind of colliding together, and like if one planet doesn't destroy the other, they just both cease to exist. So it supposedly opens up with Tobey Maguire swinging, saving people, Octavia saving people, and then out of nowhere you see like who the other planet is that's preventing their own incursion, and it's the X-Men universe, which is Cyclops. I don't know who else, but I know the biggest one was like talking about Cyclops. But yeah, crazy stuff. If this is actually very true, this could be probably the most insane like intro you could ever write for a Marvel movie. Just like the most, maybe even the most beloved Spider-Man, just going to the ringer against the X-Men universe and just fighting over his life. So yeah, this could be insane. So whether it's true or not, if I can give a percentage, I'm gonna go maybe on the 50-ish, 40-ish percentage, because I definitely heard the rumors of Tobey Maguire coming back, and I definitely heard some interviews with Joe and Anthony Russo talk about like the intro is probably the best like intro of all of Marvel movies ever. Like it just kick you right, like it'll throw you right into the action. Like it's gonna be like balls to the walls, like insane. So it's sounding like the most balls to the walls thing. I'm sorry, I have to say it like that, but most balls to the walls thing like I can think of is having Tobey Maguire just face off by himself against the whole X-Men universe. So yeah, that's if that's true, that's gonna be crazy. So yeah, I think overall, if I could wrap it up with the Doomsday leaks, it looks amazing. The cast looks stacked. I don't know what else I can say about it. That like I like could it be done on purpose? Possibly, but overall, I think this just adds more hype to the movie, and you could tell like it's just gonna be amazing, and it's gonna be great having that like level of an Avengers movie again after so long. So yeah, I'm very excited. All right, let's go to the Spider-Man Brand New Day. Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming in about a month or so, and ticket as of recording, tickets just recently got released. So yeah, like I know they have tickets out for early screenings with Amazon, and yeah, I know they're out for release now. I haven't gotten mine because I have a list, so I'm just gonna wait it out a little bit. But it's gonna be amazing, and with that, they also have some links with it as well. One of them is, of course, spoilers, of course, again, spoiler, of course. This is gonna be very actually. I'm gonna do another big spoiler warning, like banner, like audio banner or something. But just another precaution because this will spoil. If this is true, it will kind of spoil the ending. This will spoil the ending of Spider-Man Brand New Day, and also will kind of explain why he's not in Doomsday. But yeah, so I'm gonna do another down. Three, two, one. So supposedly, let's talk about the Sadie Sink character. So supposedly, Sadie Sink, character has been released in the new Brand New Day trailer. You get one little snippet of it, as she is gonna be supposedly the main villain, and it's a lot of reports are saying she is Jean Grey, and it's pretty obvious as well in recent interviews that they can't even say like who she is. It's like and like if you're saying like she's so big, like they can't even say it's because it's such a big spoiler. But yeah, it's rumored for her to be Jean Grey, which I think is kind of cool. Like if it really is true, just having Jean Grey be the villain of a Spider-Man movie, I think it's kind of weird. But it's also a big change because you can do the classic Scorpion, you can do the classic Dr. Octavius, Dr. Octopus story, another Green Goblin story, but I feel like they're really gonna try to make this one different and stand out, and yeah, just do a different villain because I think they know that Spider-Man fans know like these iconic villains already, so they're at a point where it's like, oh, you're just gonna give us another Rhino or like another one of the known villains, but I this could be really good, this could be really bad, who knows? But also, some leaks are saying that the test screenings have came out, and if I could talk about the test screenings, I believe from the International Business Times, they are talking about the biggest spoiler ever that's coming out of these test screenings. So yeah, so the biggest spoiler to this ending. So let's talk about the test screenings. So a lot of the test screenings or the rumored test screenings are talking about how like this is a really good movie, like very good. It's just the ending. Everyone's talking about like most of the test screenings talk about how like the ending is kind of and it's like it could be controversial. Like it can like some people might like it, some people won't. So and then it adds on that so the rumored ending of Spider-Man Brand New Day is that he actually dies. Like he actually just bites the bullet. But yeah, it's kind of insane. Supposedly he bites the bullet and just also like stuff to insinuate that, he like this actually happens. Like I know the director, he's talked about like watch this like 3C films from YouTube. He's cited the director talking about how like watch this as if it's your last Spider-Man film. So it's kind of like he's kind of alluding that this actually could be a thing. So I'm like, ooh, but supposedly this also will kind of lead into the symbiote story. So supposedly this is where the kind of symbiote comes in, and the little thing that they're not talking about in the movie or showing in the movie is that the symbiote is gonna attach to him, like somewhere in the movie, and once he dies, he's gonna be revived by the symbiote, and like kind of setting him up for Secret Wars. And it's of course in Secret Wars, if you didn't know in the comics, that's where he originally got the symbiote suit. So they kind of this is what they're trying to do, and like kind of lead into like Tom Holland getting his symbiote suit. So yeah, my reaction to these rumors, it's looking like it's true, but if it isn't, that might be really great. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of him just dying, but of course they're not gonna just kill him for no reason. And if this is kind of be a leeway into his symbiote story and also him having the symbiote in like Avengers Secret Wars, which is just like in the comics, be kind of cool, like segueing that into like kind of having a parallel between the comics and like the MCU. So I think it's a cool idea, but I don't know. I do not know. But overall, this we'll see how this one looks. And I know they also talked about supposedly Grey Hulk is a real thing. So in the recent trailer, it shows like of course, Bruce Banner becoming the Hulk again, but like the the original angry big Hulk, but like he's green. But supposedly on the Spider Tracker, it's supposedly something they released for like promotion. It's kind of for a promotional type of thing where you can go on the Spider Tracker website and then you kind of just click on like kinda anything in the map, and supposedly it has a clip of that scene of Hulk falling with Spider-Man, and instead of him being green, he's gray. So they might have just leaked that he actually turns gray, but I wanna know if this is will be actually true. But, we'll see. We'll see if it's true. I wanna see if there's actually a real, like, in context, like, explanation of this, but yeah, I wanna see if if there's actually gonna be a real explanation to ooh, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, he's gray. So they maybe probably just leaked it in here. So yeah, do I like Grey Hulk? I don't know. I maybe it's my guess is probably like Jean Grey, Sadie Sink is like controlling him with something, Jean Grey style. So it's like kind of weird and stuff. But I'm happy we're having like Hulk back. But of course, in the Spider-Man video I'll be releasing next week, I kind of talk more about this. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I think that's gonna be all for me at the moment. So overall, I'm very excited for this new Spider-Man movie and Doomsday as well. And yeah, I think I don't want to talk too much about Spider-Man because that's gonna be in the episode I'll be dropping next week. But overall, these leaks are looking even more exciting and maybe could be, could turn some people off to the ending. But I don't think anyone was really how to say this? Anyone is really surprised if Sadie Sink does become Jean Grey because she's such a big actor and like the powers are showing. Like the telekinesis and everything, how powerful she is. It's showing. This is some Jean Grey level stuff. So yeah, so I'm very excited for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Supergirl's coming out. As of this video, we're on the week of Supergirl. And yeah, that's gonna be very exciting as well. If I could talk a little bit about Supergirl, I'm very excited for Supergirl as well. I supposedly it does Woman of Tomorrow. I think Woman of Tomorrow is the comic book they are drawing inspiration by. And I've heard snippets of this, and the biggest snippet I've heard about it is I'm not gonna give too many spoilers, but it kind of talks more about the fall of Krypton in this universe, and I think that's such a fun thing to explore. Like I'm not the biggest fan of Zack Snyder, but I kind of give him credit to him kind of for the first Man of Steel movie, kind of staying a little bit in Krypton just to show like how it was before the planet blew up. But yeah, I know with this new Supergirl, this new Supergirl, the comic it's getting inspiration from is supposedly carrying over the big Krypton story and how it kind of like crumbled. And I think that's very interesting. I think that's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a fun, like not fun. It's gonna be really great and emotional impact for the movie if they really do it. I don't want to give too much spoilers away because that's a big thing. And yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited for this version of Supergirl. I'm just very excited. Maybe in the future I do a DCU James Gunn video because I'm really liking the casting. I know we have Lantis coming out as well. You can tell they're really just shaping up this DC universe, this Justice League. And it's pretty obvious they're kind of doing the Justice League animated series lineup with John Stewart Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, of course the Trinity, which is Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and of course you're gonna do Flash. But yeah, I'm excited for Supergirl. Maybe I do a quick review after. But yeah, a lot of great comic book movies coming out, and I'm very excited to be talking about them. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end this episode here. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you if you listened to this whole episode. Please like and subscribe. 5-star rating. Tell your friends about it. I'm very excited. We're in a really good time for comic book movies and K-pop as well. So if I could wrap up with any last thoughts, I'm very excited to be open doing this podcast again. And I hope you can come along with this journey with me and help be along with me as I grow. So thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for supporting. And yeah, I'm gonna catch you on the next episode. This is CG's God Takes signing out.